If you're thinking about moving to Bellingham, Washington, this video is for you. Hey there, welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Colito with eXp Realty here in beautiful Bellingham, Washington. So I'm a local Bellingham expert. I've been living here for about 15 years, and I love helping other people move here and telling you the nitty-gritty, the real down low from a local, from my point of view. So in this video, we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons that you should move to Bellingham, Washington. And I knew moving here that Bellingham was a really fun and beautiful place, but there's so much about it that I didn't know. And I really wish I would have had a local expert to give me all the nitty-gritty details of living and moving to Bellingham. If at any time during this video you're thinking about moving to Bellingham, you want to talk more about it, go ahead, pause the video, scroll down. All my contact info is below. I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's get into the video. Top 5 reasons you should move to Bellingham, Washington. Number 1 is our outdoor beauty and our scenic adventures. Now, I coupled these together because they really go hand in hand. When you live in Bellingham, there's absolutely no denying the beautiful surroundings, the landscape, and then all the outdoor adventures that provides. I mean, I don't know that many places where you can go snowboarding or skiing in one of the best mountains in the United States, and then an hour and a half later, you can watch the sunset on the water over the bay. So we've got the mountain for skiing, snowboarding, snowshoeing. There's really cute cabins that you can rent for weekends or staycations, or if you have friends and family coming to town, you can go rent a cabin out by Mount Baker. Now in town, there's so many local adventures that you can get yourself into. You like water, you can go kayaking, you can go stand-up paddleboarding. There's endless hiking. Like you can try to pick trails for weeks and weeks and weeks and probably not do all of them. There's camping, there is scenic restaurants, there's Chuckanut Drive, you can take a scenic drive. There's seriously endless amounts of outdoor adventures. And then if you want to go for weekend adventures, there are so many places just within a few hours that you can go explore. In the summertime, I used to travel and go all over the place, but really in the last 5 years, especially since having children, I just like to stay here and enjoy our summers because our summers are the best time to really be in Bellingham. Number 2 are great neighborhoods and schools. So again, I'm coupling this together, neighborhoods and schools, because each neighborhood has a different school. And when you start to explore the different neighborhoods, you can kind of get ideas of the schools. But I'm telling you, no matter what neighborhood you live in, we have great schools here in Bellingham, and then kind of a neighborhood for the different things that you want. If you want to be really close to your neighbors, you might live in Sunnyland or the lettered streets. If you want a really beautiful view of the bay and be able to walk to historical Fairhaven, you might choose to live in South Hill. If you want a little bit more space, maybe quarter acre or half acre lots, but you still want to be able to ride your bike into town, then you might choose the Birchwood neighborhood. So the list goes on, but we've got great neighborhoods, really great for kids. They can be outside, they can ride their bikes around, they can go to the park, they can ride to the corner store and get a candy bar. Really that old school vibe, very neighborly. What else? There's lots of people that have gardens in town. You'll see lots of front yard gardens. I hear a lot of times people want chickens, and you don't need to live in the county to have chickens here. Like so many people have chickens in town if you have that space. So great neighborhoods, amazing schools. If you're a family, I think you'd absolutely love living in Bellingham. Okay, number 3 reason to live in Bellingham is our laid back lifestyle. So I moved here from the Midwest about 15 years ago. I spent my college years in Chicago. So if you're from the Midwest or Chicago, you know that it's not such a laid back lifestyle. There's traffic. There's kind of this expectation to dress up when you go out to dinner or dress up when you go to work. And let me tell you, that's just not how it is here in Bellingham. Now, I still love dressing up and I still love going out to dinner, but there's just not that expectation when you live here. So laid back lifestyle, a lot of people work from home. A lot of people ride their bikes everywhere. It's just very chill, very laid back. Say hi to everyone when you walk down the streets, wave to people. Everybody's really friendly here too. Number 4 reason to live in Bellingham is our strong sense of community. There are endless community events here in Bellingham, and they're year round. They're not just in the summer, I promise you. Not only that, but there's community events within the little neighborhoods. So there's the Sunnyland Stomp, there's the Columbia Halloween thing. So there's tons of little events within each neighborhood, and you really get that community vibe here in Bellingham. And then there's lots of community events for everybody to participate in. And it really is just a sweet, lovely place to live right on the water. If you ride your bike, there's a whole bike festival in the summer where there's music, there's bike demos, we have Galbraith Mountain. So lots of community events all summer long, all year long, really. Number 5 reason to live in Bellingham is the proximity to Seattle and Vancouver. So actually, we're super close to the border in Canada. And I find myself actually going to Vancouver sometimes more than I find myself going to Seattle. It's just a different city. It's really cool. It's not anything that I've experienced. Totally different than Chicago, where I come from. So it's on the water. It's extremely clean. You have Stanley Park. You have amazing food. The sushi, the Indian food, the Chinatown is just so awesome in Vancouver. You can get a hotel near Stanley Park. You can ride your bikes around. There's endless activities, and I think it's only 70 miles from Bellingham. Opposite direction, you go down south and there's Seattle, and that's where the SeaTac International Airport is. That's where the Space Needle is, the zoo, the aquarium. So many events, but you get to live in Bellingham. You get that traffic-free, laid-back neighborhood community lifestyle and access to these 2 absolutely amazing cities with so much culture, so much availability, so much to do. So you're living in Bellingham, but you're not missing out on that city life. You just have to drive for it. It's not that far, probably a little bit over an hour. The cool thing about living in this border town and having Vancouver just north, there's an app, so you can find out like how long the border wait is. So if I don't want to wait at the main border, you can go over. There's a couple different borders that you can choose from. If you want to go over and back a lot, you can get a Nexus Pass. There's a lot of people who actually live in Bellingham, but are dual citizens or are Canadian, and they work over the border. You get a Nexus Pass and you can just fly through that border. It's super simple. All right, there you have it. Those are my top 5 reasons to live in Bellingham, Washington. Like I said, I moved here about 15 years ago. I moved here from Chicago, originally to Seattle, and then I was really looking for kind of that small town vibe, but you have everything that you need, and that's Bellingham. Not only that, but we're on the water. There's a college here, so our economy is kind of always going. People have been really curious about the housing prices, if the housing prices are dropping, and they absolutely are not. They're remaining steady, and not only that, but we're building like crazy. So if you're thinking about moving to Bellingham, I would love to help you. I'd love to give you my opinion. Please reach out. Go ahead, scroll down. My phone number's below, my email address, whatever works for you. Go ahead and reach out. If you're ready to move right now, there's a questionnaire down below. Fill it out, and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Have a great day.